This is Taryn Noel with Twisted Mesquite Performance Horses. Today we're doing a video with Blue. This is a 10-year-old gelding that's with us, coming in here to get tuned up for consignment. We're gonna go over a few things that we're working on with him. This horse is, we've been told, worked on the ranch and roped off of and drug calves. Feels like he's kind of has a little bit of starting to have a little bit of cutting training on him. But basically, we want to bring this horse in, get him tuned up. He hadn't been rode in about a year, and so we're wanting to just cover all our bases. We want to go through. We did our groundwork with him, make sure he saddled, make sure he did all this stuff good, and then we're just going to take him and review our stops, review our steering. Make sure that this horse will move off when we want him to move off. Just reviewing our basics as we get this horse tuned up, ready to sell. So today, we've worked on flexing, we've done some groundwork. Right now, we're just working on traveling with this horse. He's a little bit on the lazy side, a little bit. They said, he's kind of had a little bit of a temper, maybe a little bit, but I think it's really just one of those, out of shape. He's just kind of been out of shape and would rather not be yanked on and pulled on real hard. And he's just, so far he's been a very good horse. I think if you just ride him, and so far you just ride him and tell him what you're wanting to do and be clear about it, he's been good. So right now we're just wanting him to follow this fence around this arena. I want to make sure that we give him a chance to move out, start getting in shape. If he's got quite a few extra pounds on him, probably pretty stiff. Muscles are probably sore from getting work. Give this horse plenty of opportunity to get some exercise. And all while we're doing this, we're reviewing our steering. We're reviewing our forward motion and our steering. And so when we come down here to this corner, like right here, he stopped. Come back down to a walk, so I just asked him to get back up into this trot. I want him to stay at this trot all the way around here until I tell him to stop. And this is just good basics. Making sure our basics are good on this horse. With this horse, these consignment horses are horses that have had a certain level of training we can go off of. We have information that somebody told us, but until we experience it, we don't really know. So we want to go back and cover all our basics, make sure everything's working as it should for our safety and for the safety of those that ride this horse after. And not just safety, but if we say, hey, this horse does this, and he does this and that, we want to make sure he does. We're honest about what we do, and these horses that we ride, whether we've trained them from the start or like these we're getting in, we're tuning up and helping the owner sell. We want to cover our bases and see anything that's kind of out of place, see what we feel. So I just want this horse to stay at this trot and go back down here on this straight line. We can do this at a walk, trot, or a lope. I want to make sure it's real good at this trot. He's steering well. He's not worried about these ends. He's not worried about these corners. And then we'll take him into that lope and do the same at that lope. You know, when we get down here this corner, I want him to wait on me. I want him to go deep into this corner and then wait on me to tell him where to go next. So far, I really like this horse. He seems to be good-minded about stuff. I think once we have him in shape, just go through the basics and everything with him, I think he's going to be a real good horse for somebody. Do anything on that gelding. I want to be able to do the same thing at a lope. I want to fill this lope out. I want to make sure that he'll travel out at this lope smoothly. He'll stay at this lope till I ask him to come back down. You know, on the flip side of that is, I want to make sure that he doesn't run off at that lope either. We want him to stay nice and controlled. You know, if he gets too fast coming up back here towards the other horses, we might pull him back down to a stop. You know, some of that stuff. Spending time at this lope to help this horse kind of get back in shape where he's more sure-footed. Doing lots of this, loping around. Right there, he's kind of wanting to die down a little bit. He was saying, well, do I really have to lope around there? He's trying to stop. And I just kicked him back up into it. Said, no, we're gonna lope around. And he did. You know, it's a big thing. Will the horse lope around? Had a little bit of attitude right there. I want to come down here and let him rest right down here to the end. You know, he's kind of wanting to be a little bit herd sour. We're just going to tell him, hey, you know, if you do what I ask you to do, we can stop and rest, relax. You know, we're still, I want to flex him. I want him to be soft right here when we stop him. There, better. Lope down here some more. Steering them across right here. You can definitely see a little bit of laziness come out in them right there. A little bit of attitude. And all of that stuff will work itself out. The more we work him, we have some good pastures we can ride through out here where we can get him out and just put miles on him outside. That'll help. But just lots of this trotting and loping around out here doing these different things will help this horse work through a bunch of that. Some of it is definitely horse being respectful and doing what we ask him to do, but at the same time showing these horses that there is a reward when they do it, and it's not just us beating on them harder and harder, you know, at trying to make them do it more. Like, no, it's just when you do what I'm asking you to do, we get to rest and reward right here. See, like you noticed when we come back down around there from those horses in the camera, that time was a lot better. He didn't try to stop or throw a fit, so he did a lot better right there. I'm just working on this flexing right here. He's kind of stiff on this left side. You know, we want to feel all this stuff out and see what this horse is. We want to be able to say, hey, here's what we've been able to do on this horse, here's what we felt, and be honest about it. That goes for anybody that has horses in training with us, or they buy horses from us, whether we started them from scratch or we got them in on consignment. There. Just spending a little time right here working on this flexing, getting it a little better. Now this is he hadn't been rode in about a year. Doing really well. You know, a big thing right now is we're going to work them and rest him over here in the side of the arena that he's not a big fan of, and especially the opposite of the place that he wants to be. So he wants to be back over here with these horses. We're going to continue to work him, and rest him on the opposite side. And we're certainly going to, you know, whenever we quit, we'll get off of him over there at the offside and just lead him back. That way, you know, he's not getting those reward, not getting that reward of being there with those other horses. So with this horse here, we just wanted to show a review video of where we're at as this is his first full week with us. So we're just going through and covering all our bases, seeing what kind of horse is here. And so far I think he is a real nice horse. We're just helping get him tuned up and filling any holes we find. With this horse, if you know anybody watching these videos interested in potentially just need some more information on this horse, they might want to buy this horse. He is for sale. We have him on consignment for a customer of ours. So if you have any questions on him, feel free to reach us out, and we'll have our contact information below in the video. So we appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next one.